Notting Hill begins with a setup that feels almost impossible. A quiet man who owns a struggling travel bookshop in West London suddenly walks into the path of one of the most famous women in the world. It sounds like the start of a fantasy, and in some ways it is. But what makes the movie last is not the fairy tale shape of it. It is the way the story keeps asking whether ordinary love can survive the pressure of celebrity, insecurity, and bad timing. The story centers on William Thacker, a gentle, slightly awkward man living in Notting Hill after a divorce that clearly left him bruised. He runs a small travel bookstore that is not doing especially well, and his life has settled into a pattern of quiet disappointment. He has friends, he has a flat, and he has routines, but there is a feeling that he has stopped expecting anything extraordinary to happen. One of the clearest signs of his strange little life is his roommate Spike. Spike is careless, shameless, and almost aggressively unrefined. He drifts through the flat half-dressed, says the wrong thing at the wrong moment, and somehow turns everyday embarrassment into an art form. He drives William slightly mad, but he also keeps the movie grounded in comedy and chaos. William may be the romantic lead, but his world is not polished. It is messy, ordinary, and full of people who feel real. Then one day Anna Scott walks into William's bookstore. Anna is one of the biggest film stars on the planet. Her face is everywhere. The world watches what she wears, who she dates, and what she says. But in William's little shop for a few moments, she is simply a woman buying a travel book. Their first exchange is small and awkward. William recognizes her, of course, but he tries not to make a fool of himself. She leaves, and it seems like that might be the end of the story. A few minutes later, William accidentally spills orange juice all over her when they pass each other on the street. In a daze trying to fix the disaster, he invites her back to his flat so she can change clothes. It is absurd and improbable, but the movie leans into how surreal this feels for him. Anna, surprisingly, agrees. Inside the flat, the contrast between their worlds becomes immediate. Anna is graceful, self-contained, and used to attention. William is flustered, apologetic, and clearly unable to believe this is happening. Yet something about the awkwardness makes the encounter feel human. Anna is not playing a role for him, and William is too startled to pretend he is smoother than he is. Then comes the moment that changes everything. Anna leaves, pauses, comes back inside, and kisses him. It is sudden and startling, and before William can fully process it, she is gone again. From there, the relationship begins in broken, uneven pieces. Anna returns to William's life not through some grand plan, but through odd gaps between the demands of her career. She is filming in London and reaches out to him again. They spend time together, and the attraction between them becomes impossible to dismiss as a fluke. William brings Anna into his ordinary world, and that is one of the sweetest parts of the film. He introduces her to his small circle of friends, including Max, Bella, and Bernie. Bernie runs a failing business and carries a constant sadness under his humor. Max and Bella are warm and slightly chaotic, holding their own marriage together through affection and patience. Their dinner scene with Anna works beautifully because nobody quite knows how to behave around her at first. Then the strangeness fades and she becomes another person at the table, eating with them, listening to them, and even crying with them. For a little while she gets to step outside celebrity and simply be included. William also takes Anna on a date through the streets and private corners of London, and these scenes are where the romance fully takes hold. They sneak over fences, wander through parks, laugh at their own awkwardness, and begin building something that feels sincere. William is drawn to Anna not just because she is glamorous, but because when she relaxes, she is funny, lonely, and far more vulnerable than the world expects. Anna is drawn to William because he is not chasing her fame. He sees the woman underneath the image, and that is rare in her life. Still, the reality of who Anna is can never fully disappear. Reporters are everywhere, photographers follow her, even small decisions become public spectacle. William keeps trying to pretend that maybe they can build something normal anyway, but the normal life he wants does not fit easily around the circus that follows her. The first real break comes when William goes to Anna's hotel and discovers her with another man. For William, it looks obvious. He assumes she has chosen someone else, someone from her world, and he is devastated. What he does not understand at first is that the man is Jeff King, a movie star she is acting with and also her boyfriend, or at least someone she is still entangled with publicly. Anna never fully explained the situation, and William is too hurt and too intimidated to ask the right questions. He leaves believing the relationship never really had a chance. Time passes and life returns to its quiet sadness. Then Anna shows up at William's bookstore again. This time she is more open about what happened. Her relationship with Jeff is effectively over and she has come to William because he matters to her. They reconnect and the movie makes it clear that the feelings between them never really disappeared. They just got buried under confusion and fear. For one night, things seem almost perfect. Anna stays at William's flat and the intimacy between them becomes deeper and calmer. But in the morning, another disaster arrives. The press has found her there. Reporters crowd outside the building, desperate for scandal. William tries to protect her, but the damage is done. Private life has once again become public property. This is where the story becomes especially painful because the two of them want different kinds of safety. William wants love that can stay private and personal. Anna lives in a world where privacy barely exists. When William later visits her on the set of a period film, hoping to reconnect, he overhears her dismissing him to a co-worker. She describes him as just a nobody, someone insignificant. She says it because she is cornered and trying to protect herself from industry gossip, but William does not hear the fear behind it. He hears only humiliation, so he leaves. That moment breaks the romance more completely than the first misunderstanding did. It strikes at the center of William's insecurity. He already believes Anna belongs in another universe, and now he feels ridiculous for ever imagining otherwise. Another stretch of time passes, and the movie shows it beautifully through the changing seasons of Notting Hill while William walks through his ordinary life looking more and more alone. Anna remains distant, but William clearly has not moved on. His friends can see it too, even when he tries to act practical about the whole thing. Then Anna returns again, this time more directly and vulnerably than ever before. She comes to William's flat and tells him she wants to stay in London for a while. She wants to be with him, not as a secret escape, but as a real choice. This is the emotional high point of the story because for once Anna is asking for something plainly. She is risking rejection instead of controlling the situation through distance. But William hesitates. His hesitation is not cruelty, it is fear. He has now been hurt by Anna more than once, even if some of that pain came from circumstance rather than intention. He has seen how unstable a life with her might be. He imagines years of being left behind, humiliated by headlines or crushed by the constant imbalance between their worlds. So when Anna asks for love, he retreats into caution and says no. It is one of the most frustrating and human choices in the film. The audience knows he loves her. Anna knows it too, but sometimes people do not reject love because they do not feel it. They reject it because they are terrified of what it will cost. Anna leaves, and for a while it looks like that is the end. Then William and his friends discover that she has given an interview in a magazine where she speaks about him and about how much he mattered. That is when the whole final act snaps into place. William realizes he has made a mistake, and his friends, along with Spike, pile into a car to help him chase her across London. This sequence is funny and frantic, with traffic, wrong turns, panicked shouting, and the full energy of people who know they are trying to rescue a love story before it closes for good. It also gives Spike one last chance to be both ridiculous and unexpectedly useful. William reaches the hotel just as Anna is preparing to leave London. There, in front of a room full of journalists, he finally tells her what he should have said before. Anna asks him the question she's been carrying all along. She says she's just a girl standing in front of a boy asking him to love her. It is one of the most famous moments in the film because it strips away everything else. Not the actress, not the icon, just a woman asking not to be protected from feeling anymore. This time William does not retreat, he says yes. From there, the movie moves into a public but tender reconciliation. William faces the press, awkward as ever, and supports Anna as she announces her decision to stay in England. The relationship is no longer something happening in the cracks between her movie schedule and his ordinary life. It becomes a real commitment. The closing scenes show the result not through big spectacle but through quiet peace. William and Anna are together on a bench in the park. She is pregnant. The frenzy of media and misunderstanding has faded into something calmer. The fantasy has turned into a life. What makes Notting Hill work is that it understands fantasy alone is not enough. The appeal of the movie is not just that an ordinary man falls in love with a movie star. It is that both characters have to confront what that fantasy does to their sense of self. William has to stop assuming he is too small for a larger life. Anna has to stop living as if fame makes real intimacy impossible. The film also knows that romance is not only about chemistry. It is about timing, courage, and the ability to believe that love is still worth risking after embarrassment and pain. William is charming because he is not a fantasy hero. He is hesitant, awkward, often wrong, and full of fear. Anna is moving because beneath the fame she is exhausted by performance and hungry for something real. Even the supporting characters help deepen that theme. William's friends live smaller, less glamorous lives, but their struggles with money, disappointment, marriage, and loneliness remind us that nobody gets a perfectly easy version of love. Anna and William may look like the improbable couple, but everyone around them is also trying in their own way to make connections survive the pressure of real life. So Notting Hill ends as a fairy tale with its feet still on the ground. It gives us the dream of impossible romance, but it earns that dream by letting both people suffer, hesitate, and choose each other anyway. In the end, the movie says that love is not made real by matching worlds. It is made real by the decision to step across the distance and stay there. And for William and Anna, that choice changes everything.